Hey everybody, it is Richard's Vinyl Tap House back with another video. This is a thread response for Martin Parrot, whose Vinyl Scavenger channel has apparently been around for a mind-blowing 11 years and hasn't reached 500 subs. How is it even possible? I don't know. Really unique channel, really fascinating videos. The guy covers genres from here to there and everywhere in between. Also has a very interesting Bandcamp account with an artistic bent. That I'll link all that good stuff in the description below. Please check out his channel. Please sub. Get him to 500. I think he's there already, but congratulations if he is. Anyway, this thread is called Red or Dead. Show albums with red spines. Got a whole pile of them. The idea is red spines or dead artists. I mean, let's face it, people pass. And talking about it is kind of a morose subject, so I'm putting a slight bent on this thread. So I'm showing 10 albums, but I'm not going to tell you which are just red or which are dead. That's your job. So some might be very obvious. Others might be, I might have to look that one up. You put your guesses in the comments of which 5 of these are red and 5 of these are dead, or just post the ones who are dead. I don't know. All right, let's jump right into it. First things first. How about Slayed Alive? Yeah, it's red all over the place. Slayed Alive is a classic live album from UK's Slade, who gained all kinds of fame on that side of the pond, not so much over here for some silly reason. I call this fun pub rock. This has so much energy, it's frightening. This is also a really beautiful VCLT colored vinyl. Look at that. Ooh-wee, that is red. From my friends over in the United Kingdom, Nick, thanking it for, specifically getting this to me. Yeah, I had that whole Slade treasure trove from the gentleman over in the UK. I appreciate it very much. Still exploring that. All right, number 2, Bob and Doug McKenzie. This is a comedy duo out of Canada. They were part of the whole SCTV troupe on TV. Very funny, very Canadian accents. Oh, I should say exaggerated accents. Canadian accent and all. This is actually really interesting because Geddy Lee does a guest spot on a song called Take Off. They were known for, Take Off and Hoser and all its little kind of, monikers of Canada, if you will. This is a very funny album. It had probably the best 12 Days of Christmas you will ever hear in your life. Check it out, Bob and Doug McKenzie out of Canada. Next one, I specifically picked this one. This is the first album I thought of. This is a band called Ocean Size. Ocean Size were a, shall I say, heavy prog. Metal-ish, prog-ish, more prog than anything. Fronted by one Mike Venart, or Venart. I'm going to go with Venart. Mike Venart is an extraordinary guitarist, fantastic vocalist. This album is called Frames. Came out in the early 00s, before they kind of got defunct. This is a reissue because OG is impossible to find. Love all things Ocean Size. Mike Venart went on to, after Ocean Size folded, he went on to do some prog solo albums, all of which are fantastic. Then he was kind of like backup guitarist for Biffy Clyro. Might still be doing that when they go on tour. Then now, Mike Vennart is now the lead singer for the Cardiacs on the new LSD album that recently came out. So Mike Vennart, Ocean Size, tie that all together in one package. I hope everybody's familiar with this album. Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf. I love this album. I saw them on this tour. I think they were headlining Lollapalooza, one of the last iterations of Lollapalooza. Songs for the Deaf is a great song on here. No One Knows with the single. Huge double album. Really good, really strong stuff. There's only a handful of Queens of the Stone Age albums I really like. This is probably my favorite. So, yep. Red Spine, Red Album. What's next? My favorite album. I've often said this is my favorite album of all time, and it still is. And it's My Bloody Valentine's Loveless. Shoegaze Bliss. Definitely red, pink, whatever. Shoegaze, not the founders of shoegaze, because that would be Jesus and Mary Chain, I think. But this is one of those albums I have to play from start to finish. It doesn't work just to play that song or that song. Not to me. Not that it tells a story, but it's definitely a soundscape album. Not for everyone, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. First time I heard this album, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was just noise. It was a mess. Then one song would stand out and then another. Next thing I know, this is my favorite album of all time from My Bloody Valentine. All right, 5 more. How about some Rush? Rush, Hold Your Fire. Not their most popular album, but it definitely had some standouts on here. Time Stands Still is still one of my favorite Rush songs. Force 10 is great. Prime Mover, Lock and Key, Mission were some big songs on here. I love Rush. They just got back together and announced a huge North American tour extravaganza. They keep adding dates to it. I'm hoping I might go, but I've seen Rush many times, all the way through Clockwork Angels. So, yep, Rush. Love me some Rush. I haven't showed this album too much, and it's one of my favorites by them. This is Band of Susan's Love Agenda. I got clued into this by my friend Jeremy out in Tennessee. It's like, you've never heard of Band of Susan's? I'm like, no, should I? Play this album. It is absolute classic, angular, I don't know, punk-ish. But it's fantastic. I now have everything Band of Susan's have done. Yeah, this is an OG back. I should say I obtained this back when vinyl was not stupidly expensive. Easily 15, 20 years ago. Oh, not that long. Maybe 2010, 15 years ago. Great album from Band of Susan's. Oh, we got a few more. Hey, how about a little bang your head, Mental Health. Mental Health from Quiet Riot. This is 85? 83. God, I was in high school when this came out. Frightening. Yeah, they did some Slade covers. Come On, Feel the Noise. They do Mama We're All Crazy Now? No. But Come On, Feel the Noise may well have been the first time I'd ever heard that song. But Quiet Riot. Yep. Red Spine. Are they red? Are they dead? You decide. All right, 2 more. Sammy Hagar, 3-Lot Box. This is kind of a classic solo Hagar era in his kind of, solo years between being in Montrose and joining Van Halen. I've seen Sammy so many times. Saw him on this tour too. This one had Your Love Is Driving Me Crazy. Remember the Heroes, probably my favorite on this one. And the closer, I Don't Need Love, is quite a banger. Yeah, great one from Sammy Hagar, 1983. Super duper album. We're the last one already. How about some from The Damned? This is their Anything album from 86. Making sure I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. 1986. This is a more glossy produced gothic. It should be a goth album. It's a little bit more, let's say, commercial. I remember picking this up as one of my, Columbia House picks where you buy 10 for a penny or whatever. And I don't know about this one. I'll take a chance on it. Well, it's okay. It's not their best album by a long shot. But hey, it had a red spine and it fit the theme. So, what do you think? Of those 10 albums, which 5 were just red? Which 5? Someone's dead. I'll close it with that. Put your thoughts in the comments. I will link Martin's channel in the comments also. Check out his lead video for this. A lot of people have responded to this one. It's really good. So congratulations on hopefully getting to 500. Spoiler alert, he already has. Good for him. And check out Martin's channel, Final Scavenger. You be the scavenger. Which 5 were red, which 5 were dead that I showed today. We'll talk to you soon and have a great one, all right? Bye.